I don't know what your weather looks like there, but I am really excited because I have been walking without a crutch. And I know that that sounds really funny because if you don't know, I just had hip surgery like almost 3 weeks ago now. And it's amazing what you can do when you have two hands and your feet back. So I am super grateful for the opportunity to be able to cook and clean and do things that before I would have complained about. And don't worry, I still do. But I am more grateful now than I was before for the opportunity to be able to help and be able to do things. And so, thank you for the prayers. Thank you for the support. Thank you for your love. Just feel really grateful for that. Me and my husband are reading through Mark right now, and I have, we're only in, chapter two, but chapter two is one of my favorites. And I think I shared this a couple weeks ago that I'm writing a book, um, and community. And chapter two is like one of my favorites for community because it's about the paralyzed man and the four friends that bring him to Jesus. Um, they don't just sit on the sidelines, they carry him to Jesus. They bring him to Jesus. And I think everybody needs those four friends who carry them to Jesus. Um, when we're down, when we're hurting, when we're feeling like we can't do anything, when it feels heavy and hard. So if you haven't read Mark chapter 2, go and read that story. It's fascinating. There's so much to it. I am simplifying to the core, but there's so much goodness in that. And so God has just been teaching me to allow people to carry me in not the physical sense, but the spiritual sense. And being able to be friends that support and build up and bring life and bring me to Jesus. So that's what God's teaching me. I hope that you're learning something as well, and that God just will open those floodgates for you of like His goodness and His mercy, His love, His grace, all of that. So, we always share some upcoming events that are happening, and you guys love your bingo. I think I've said this multiple times. I didn't think bingo was a thing, but the bingo creator herself, the idea behind this was Amanda and Chelsea, and she's going to be on today. And so, we have another bingo August 17th. Tickets are on sale right now. This is all a fundraiser, so it's a donation based. You can get the bingo bundle for $25. You get 6 rounds of bingo, raffle tickets, and Chick-fil-A, and it's a fun night. So if you have a gluten allergy and you would like a salad instead of a sandwich, just email me because it is a little bit more of a cost, but we will figure that out for you so that you can still be a part of that as well. So, also, it's not too late to buy your ticket. We still have tickets available for the Known Women's Conference, but we will sell out. We have sold out the last few years, and God just continues to bring a great group of ladies together. We can house 600 women in person at Green Bay Community Church, and we can have other hometowns. So if you're like, hey, we have like 40 ladies, and that would be awesome to bring them all to Green Bay, but we have our own church that we would love to bring you guys to. Reach out. We would love to have that conversation of what a known community could be for you. With that, I am going to invite my friend and speaker for this year, Amanda Pop, to come on, and she's going to share a little bit about who she is and what God's doing in her heart, what things are going on, and just the blessings that He brings with community. So, Amanda, welcome. Super excited that you're here.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So tell our people that are joining with us today. Tell us a little who you are and some fun facts.
Okay, my name is Amanda Pop. Um, I live in Chilton, so like everybody always acts like it's so far away from everything, but it really isn't. So I actually, because I knew the fun fact question was coming, I will say that I'm writing a book, even though I feel like that feels weird to say. But one of the chapters in the first section are like 25 random facts. So I pulled that up and I'm like, what one could I share? Um, so I like this is a really quirky one and I've done it since forever, but if I'm using a microwave, I always end the time in an 8 or a 2, never 0. So
That's
it's usually
awesome.
28 seconds or 32, but never 30.
You couldn't do it with art.
But sometimes oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Levi has.
I sometimes give myself exposure therapy though.
There you go. There you go. Well, at ours, Levi has it's a like commercial one. It was like $300. Like who buys a microwave for $300? My husband does. And you can't defrost. You can't it's a little turn button and you can't do punching the numbers in. So I know it's a little it would be a lot for you to not be able to do the
It would
32
be,
or 28.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my gosh, it's so random.
Fun, fun. Well, it's always
Right.
fun to hear, fun facts about other people and, the weird, quirky things that we do because we all are a little weird and it's a little fun to be able to
Yeah.
say, yeah, we do a little weird things sometimes. Like, you don't want to know all of my quirks. I kick people out of my house. I mean, they shared that with everybody on stage last year. The fun,
But
the fun.
you're really gracious about it.
Oh, well,
I mean,
thank
I
you.
feel like I have been kicked out of your house before, but I don't feel like I'm getting kicked out. It's sort of like it's time to leave now. Goodbye.
Oh, that's awesome. That's so funny because I I schedule back-to-back meetings because efficiency for me is, like that a big core for me. But in that, it's like, ooh, I want to maximize every single second, and there's somebody else coming at this time. And so, yes, it's people have felt, and I'm like, I'm so sorry that we got cut off in the middle of our conversation. And yeah, so, anyways, we could talk all day about the weird perks that we have, but tell us what God is teaching you right now.
So, like, I thought hard about this because I'm like, know that God is teaching me something, but I don't know what it is yet. Like, the biggest feeling lately has been erupting or so something is just right beneath the surface, and I guess maybe he's teaching me I need to wait until that's ready to be let out, or
Ooh.
he's preparing whatever that is, and so I guess I am just in a season of waiting and listening so I can just not jump ahead,
Mm.
and just like share whatever it is that he wants me to share when the time is right, I guess.
No, that's a really good one because I hate waiting and he just keeps making me wait on things and yeah. But it's timing is important and I think we've talked a lot about the spiritual gifts and that you're a prophet and that sometimes that burning inside of you is like I just need to say it right now, but like the waiting is really hard for a prophet. And so I think that eruption is like the bubbling inside of you is like, okay, I got to get this out. But God's just like, not yet.
Hmm.
And so that's going to be a
Yes.
challenging part
Yes.
right now. But I'm glad that you're
Yeah.
engaging it and walking with it and jumping into that, even if it might not be your favorite thing that to do.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. So you're part of the Known board and you are a speaker this year and you are bingo extraordinaire. You're part of this family. Tell us what you love about the Known community and this family.
I think like the word community is what describes it. When I was at the table the other night at Soul Food, somebody was asking, like, what is known? And I struggle with like, what can I share without sounding like I am puking all of this information on someone? So I like go like it's just different. Like you really can't explain like the feeling of being at known and just feeling in community
Mhm.
and accepted where you're at. And I think that for me, like that's what drew me to known, and what makes me continue to love known is that it isn't some sort of like hierarchy of women who are like perfect. It's just women who are imperfect trying to follow a perfect God the
Mm.
best that they can, and then not only that but together. And for me that's it's the together and finding people to walk with and walk alongside of.
Mm. Those are so good. You're probably one of the biggest champions for the known communities, and the tables, that the round tables. I think that those are two of your signature. I'm going to fight for these, in the healthiest, great way. But tell us about known communities and maybe just a story of the connection that has happened this year with the ladies at your known community.
Oh wow.
I know it wasn't a
Yeah,
question.
I
I'm sorry.
that's what I love. So, I know that's fine. It's just so like what should I share? What I love about how our community started was I put it out there that I was hosting one, and so the common denominator that had people come was that they knew me. But then through conversations amongst all of the women, their lives had crossed paths. Like almost all of them like had somebody else their lives had crossed paths with in the past. And so for me, like that was the coolest thing, that they didn't come because they knew each other, but they came and then found out that they had known each other at a different Bible study or mom's group. So that was super cool. And then to just watch the connections grow over the last, like this is our second year doing it, so like the last year and a half has been really beautiful. I know that I called you the one day when um voice texted, whatever, that we were all crying. And so that was, I think, one of my most favorite nights, is that there were like everyone's walls were down and we're vulnerable to just speak life into each other. And to me that's what the community is about. Like we still meet twice a month, and like the second time we meet is just talking and fellowshipping, and we'll talk about the spiritual discipline, but it's more for me to continue to build that community, so people who might not feel like they had people, that they know that they have us, and we're fighting for each other and praying for each other, and just yeah, loving on each other the best way we can.
Cool. I love that. Tell us about a project that you're working on right now.
I guess I can say my book. I need to just practice like in the mirror. I'm writing a book and like be confident in that, because I still feel like um that is what I'm working on. I'm working on trying to just like finish what it might look like, and then getting brave enough to like send it to people to give me their opinions, because even though I'm a prophet, like I do have a heart, and like people, like I can still feel hurt. So like that's, it's a scary thing to put something out there like that.
Oh, I feel ya. I am not I am not without those same feelings. So I agree. I can share things like, and dip my toe in the water and like, oh, how does this go? But like, here's the whole book. Here's the thing that we're doing. Like, oh, it is scary. So, I've
Yes,
been
yes.
loving reading the things that you have sent me, and I am excited for how God's going to use both of our books, for this group and
Mhm.
for the people that are going to be on the other end, because I think this world needs more authentic humans that are vulnerable and real. And yeah, I had a group of ladies over here last night, and one of the biggest compliments that one of the girls said was she said, Joelle, you have a way to share things without shame. Like, you call people out on the things that they're doing wrong, but not in a shameful way. And you also really encourage, like, the good in people. And the last thing she said was, like, and you, like, um, you have a way of like saying what we are feeling isn't bad. Like that isn't, like isn't like, oh, you shouldn't be feeling that. Like, oh, why would you experience that? Like, so that was like really healing for me because I am not always super sensitive and great with words, and I don't always feel like you know, I have a lot of opinions. So I sometimes feel like, oh, my perspective isn't the only perspective. And I have to be intentional to not say, well, you should be just doing this, because sometimes that's where my brain goes. So I am grateful that God, in his sovereignty and in the Holy Spirit promptings, is portraying what he hopes for people. And I think, and that's what I said last night, as I said, like, that's the Holy Spirit in me, because that's not Joyelle, like that's not in my flesh. That's not who, those things. So anyways,
Yeah.
I am excited that you are writing a book, and I am grateful that you shared publicly that you're writing a book, because now we can all hold you accountable too. Doing it. Just
Right.
kidding. Just kidding, just kidding. But no, I am very excited for you, and I know that it's a scary leap of faith, but it is cool to see you being obedient in that. And however long it takes, however much confidence you need, God knows that that's
Mhm.
what's working inside of you. So, yeah, just
Yeah.
grateful for
I
that.
will
So,
I will say, oh, sorry.
yeah.
The hard part is like not wanting to turn every situation in life into a chapter of the book. Like, so Sean, my husband, he called me Monday morning at 7 a.m. And so like if anybody's calling me at 7 a.m., it is not to have a conversation. Like I'm not wanting to chat with anyone that early in the morning. But anyway, I answer, he's like, you're never gonna believe this. Like, okay. He goes, I hit a goose. Like, you did a what? And he's so he hit a goose and it shattered his windshield. So like, but but one thing he said during it was that he saw it coming and slowed down. So then in my like writer brain, whatever, it was like, okay, like how does this apply to our life? And really, it's like how often do we see the problem coming and
Mm,
we slow down, we prepare, we're like we're ready for it, but the goose still hits us in the windshield and it shatters anyway. And
yeah.
so it was just like we can be prepared for whatever we think is coming, but like God is still in control, so we can prepare all we want, but we also have to just trust that, you know, God's in control of the goose.
Uh-huh. I love that. It's funny. So
Yeah.
Sarah and I do this thing, and we give like an object or a scenario or something, and we have to connect it to the Bible. It's a really fun game we play on our road trips. And so we have to like, think through different things. Well, uh, in the middle of the night, and Levi, so okay, so I'm writing a book. In the middle of the night, I hear somebody playing basketball. And the middle of the night for me is like 10:30, okay? Because I go to bed at 8. And so that feels like the middle of the night. It's only 10:30. And so Levi is editing the book, and he's like, "The middle of the night? You mean 10:30?" And I just died laughing because I am like, "Well, it is the middle of the night for me. I've already been sleeping for 2.5 hours." Like that's, a big deal. Like, I'm probably, I'm up at like 3 normally, like sometimes for the day. Hopefully I can go back to bed at 3, but that's the middle of the night. And so we just laughed because he doesn't go to bed until 1. midnight or 1 every night. And so we have different,
Yeah.
middle of the night scenarios. So anyways,
Yeah.
I I get you. Everything feels like something right now.
Yep.
Uh, well, we could talk all day. I don't know if anybody else wants to listen to us, but it's been so fun to connect with you. Tell us what you're sharing at the Known Conference this year.
Okay. So, I mean, should I also say that like I kind of like asked you to let me be an online speaker because I want to share this. And I made this shirt because I love thrifting. It says I'd rather be thrifting. But then after like my topic all came to my head, I was like, this is the shirt I'm wearing when I'm doing any recording because it is thrifting sort of is what not what the message is about, but anyway, it is about God seeing us as good. And I reference thrifting and I love vintage books and vintage pictures specifically, or vintage postcards with handwriting in different languages I cannot even read. But someone can look at the picture with the curled corners or faded whatever, and like they don't see its value.
Mm,
Um, and so like for me, like I find huge value in that. But then when you take a step back and look at the creator who has created you, like he only sees that good value, and he doesn't look at our curled corners, ripped bindings, all of the things and think less of us. He has inherently created us as very good. And so to just remember that, and like that is how we have been created, and the world is going to tell us all of the things that we are not. um and it's believing, what God already said. He uh in in my message, like I call him the OG appraiser, so like he has appraised us as good, and that's how we stay.
yeah, he delights in us, and that's our theme this year is Zephaniah 3:17. And I that word delight. Oh, just do some word study on it. Like it's so cool. Um, yeah, I can't wait for what God's gonna do at Known this year. Ladies, thank you for being with us today. Amanda, thank you for sharing your heart, for being a part.
Yeah.
And August 17th, we hope to see you at bingo. Amanda's the bingo caller. She also brings all of the fun prizes and different things as well. We will be doing cash prizes again for our blackout bingo. That's become a fan favorite, is the cash prizes. So we also will do, a raffle and different things like that. So we would love to have you there. Feel free to join us on August 17th. We'll see you guys soon. Bye.